Greetings, this is the Crunchy Vet, and this is part 2 of what if female Deku was a Dark Valkyrie. As I saw, a lot of you had liked the last part, and if you're wondering where Zombie Dragon's going to be, I will be releasing it at midnight GMT, normal time, so the normal time, and I decided to record this first, so that I don't end up accidentally deleting Zombie Dragon again later on. Though this is probably the best option. And I saw a lot of comments, a few comments, but I saw one of them that was pretty funny to me, but it got deleted. The user deleted it, so give me a minute. So I saw a lot of good comments for the names of the characters, for the two expeditionists. And since these two are tied, I will go with Jack Frost for the male and Amber Snow for the female. So I took the last name from the recommended name from Shadow Dragon's Knight and Netta F. I believe I pronounced that right. So anyway, we'll continue forward from where we last left off, as Izumi would have woken up and said, who the hell are you? As the male expeditionist would say that his name is James Frost, and that this is his expedition partner, Amber Snow. Give me a minute. Sorry about that, I had to grab a cup of tea, since that usually helps me with my creativity on these what-ifs. As Izumi would be thinking, Snow, no, Frost and Snow. Where have I heard that name before? As Izumi would think, wait, do you know somebody by the name of people of the name Jack Frost and Elizabeth Snow? As they would say, yeah, they're our ancestors. Wait, how do you know our ancestors? As Izumi would say, well, this might sound crazy to you guys, but I was the one who saved them. Hold on. Sorry about that, I'm just finding a bunch of stuff that needed to get sorted out. Anyway, continuing forward. They would give her a weird look. As they would say, okay, then, hold on. As they would say, okay, then what's your name? As she'd say that her name was Izumi, and that she was a Valkyrie. She was the one who'd saved their grandparents when they were being attacked. As they would then say, well, where are the rest of the Valkyries? As Izumi would say, unfortunately, due to the price I paid for saving your grandparents who were enemies, I was banished. I ran away after I had sustained the injury that you had apparently covered up, so I thank you for that. But I don't really think I can ever go back. As they would ask, so how long have you been buried under that snow? As Izumi would say, I don't know, could have been a couple what year is it? As they would say, it's the year 2521. As Izumi would begin to do the math. Hold on. And I should say, well, if I remember correctly, I collapsed here in the year 900, so I've been under there for about, I'd say 1,621 years, I believe. So, yeah, give or take a few months. As they are both shocked at the fact that she had managed to survive in the snow for that long. Well, my math could be off. If you guys are a lot better, I know some of you might be better at math than I am, so you guys could probably get the right answer. Sorry about that. As Izumi would then continue, as she'd explain that their grandparents were frost giants, and that her and the other Valkyries were tasked with eliminating them, but she refused to kill the civilians, which led to a fight between her and the other Valkyries, along with Odin. As Amber and James would stop her, as they would say, "Wait, you fought Odin, the god of war in Norse mythology, more precisely, the god of war and knowledge in Norse mythology." As Izumi would say, "Yeah, it was a pretty difficult fight, but I did manage to take his eye." As they'd be surprised because they couldn't think anybody but Fenrir could lay a finger on Odin, much less take an eye. As Izumi would be now. Currently, Izumi isn't wearing her armor. She is currently in like one of those bathrobes, I think they're called. As she'd ask, "Where is my armor?" As they would say, James would say, "It's currently being cleaned right now, since it was beginning to since it was covered in dirt for a while, so we took it off and cleaned it." As Izumi would have looked over to James and just smirked and said, "You're a pervert, aren't you?" As James would say, "What? No?" As Amber would immediately start laughing. As she's dying from laughter at this point. As James is getting very flustered, as Izumi would say, I'm joking, I'm only pulling your leg." So, anyway, how long will we be up here for? As James would look out the window, as it's snowing very heavily at this point, as he'd say, "By the looks of it, it'd probably be a couple days before we can actually leave." As Izumi would say, "Oh, I see. Well then, hold on. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. I was saying, Izumi would basically get out of bed and begin to do some basic exercises. As the Amber and James would ask, "What are you doing?" As Izumi would say, "Well, I have to, since I've basically been unconscious for the past 1,000 years, I have to get some exercise done, and because, muscle atrophy and all that." As they would say, "Oh," and they'd both say, "But you're still quite injured, so I think it'd be best if you waited until you're fully healed, so that she can operate at 100%. As Izumi would continue doing her exercises. As for over the next couple days, she would still be doing those as James and Amber would basically be treating her and helping her out with anything she needed, including sorting out our armor. Also, I'd like to go off on the little tangent here. I do quite like this little waist cape that this armor has, like, at the back. I don't know what it's called. If you guys do know what it's called, do let me know. But I do quite like it. Anyway, continuing forward. And eventually Izumi would get back to 100%. Now, at this point, Izumi looks about 18 years old, and Yue is a college in this one. So, James and Amber would tell Izumi about Yue and how that it's a college that teaches people how to become heroes, so in order for her to, so they think that she should try to attend it, and that they will teach her everything she needs to know about the modern world. As Yue doesn't start for another 10 months, so they basically begin teaching her everything she needs to know about the world and all that. As Izumi would also be doing her exercises, as once 10 months have passed, Izumi was back to 100%, and she knew everything she needed to know about the modern world. As James and Amber would say that the UA entrance exams are today, so she should probably get there quickly. As Izumi would say, okay, I'll head there right now, as she began to fly off to the UA entrance exams. And that is where I'm going to leave this part off. I'm sorry if it wasn't as long. I just decided maybe I should do another part of this on short notice. Now, as I was saying, Zombie Dragon will be uploaded at midnight. I was recording this first so that I don't accidentally delete it again. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Ta-ta.